Why was the Counter Reformation started? If you're curious about the Counter Reformation and what drove this significant movement within the Catholic Church, you're in the right place. Let's explore the reasons behind this pivotal event in European history. By the early 1500s, the Catholic Church was facing several internal problems. Corruption, moral decay, and the sale of indulgences had become rampant, leading to widespread dissatisfaction among the faithful. Figures like Desiderius Erasmus and Thomas More were already criticizing the Church's excesses and calling for a return to simpler, more pious practices. The Protestant Reformation, sparked by Martin Luther in 1517, further exacerbated these issues. Luther's 95 Theses condemned the practice of indulgences, where people could pay for the pardon of their sins, and argued for a more personal connection with God through prayer and scripture. This movement quickly spread across Europe, threatening the Church's spiritual and political authority. The rapid spread of Protestantism led to a significant loss of influence for the Catholic Church. Many Catholics were converting to Protestantism, and the Church saw its power and control slipping away. This loss of influence was a major factor in the emergence of the Counter Reformation. Internal corruption was another critical issue. Practices like simony, nepotism, and moral laxity among the clergy had eroded public trust in the Church. The demand for renewal and a return to spiritual fundamentals was growing, both from within the Church and from its critics. In response to these challenges, the Catholic Church initiated the Counter Reformation. This movement aimed to reform internal corruption, reaffirm core doctrines, and halt the spread of Protestantism. The Council of Trent, which began in 1545, was a central part of this effort. This ecumenical council addressed contentious issues such as corrupt bishops and priests, the sale of indulgences, and other financial abuses. The Council of Trent also clarified and elaborated on Catholic teachings, including the sacraments, salvation through faith and works, and the doctrine of transubstantiation. It standardized the form of Mass and reaffirmed traditional practices like the veneration of saints and relics. Additionally, the Counter Reformation saw the establishment of new religious orders, such as the Jesuits, which focused on poverty, chastity, and obedience to the Pope. These reforms and new movements helped the Church to regain some of its lost influence and to strengthen its spiritual foundations. In summary, the Counter Reformation was started to address the significant challenges posed by the Protestant Reformation, internal corruption within the Church, and the growing demand for spiritual renewal. It was a comprehensive effort to reform the Church, reaffirm its doctrines, and maintain its authority in a changing Europe.